Hello everyone, Schroomraver here, and today it is Thursday, and you know what that means. It is time for Themed Thursdays. Now today marks the beginning of a little sojourn into alternative Nintendo titles. First suggestion that I wanted to really go with was from my man Schady. His links will be in the description below. I highly encourage you to go check him out. He is a top battler and a very supportive guy in general. So, thank you for your suggestion, Schady. As I say, do go and check out those links in the description. Shady's suggestions came down to sort of Nintendo as a whole, or specifically Mario. Now, Mario is something that I really wanted to explore. Would allow me to go into OU, which is somewhere I don't go all that often with Themed Thursdays, but we're going to go there today. So without any further ado, let's get a look at the team that we will be using. So first up we have Mario. Probopass is the consummate Mario. I know we've had to sort of... Is it NU or is it PU? It's PU. We've had to sort of delve through PU to grab Probopass here, but Probopass is an incredibly bulky mon. We've gone specially defensive, leftover sturdy, earth power, volt switch, stealth rock and thunder wave. Really solid mon, as I say, and matched up pretty well with the rest of the team. Then we have Toad. Toad is Breloom, making up the second part of this good guy's side of Mario, as it were. We've got a Toxic Orb, Poison Heal 1, Attack and Speed Investment, Sub Mach Punch, Focus Punch, and Seed Bomb. This was originally a sub-Swords Dance set with those two last moves, Focus Punch and Seed Bomb, but my team did lack that all-important priority, and I was being ruined by setup, by Dragon Dance Zard X destroyed my face and my life. So that's what the spread on Breloom means. Then we have Donkey Kong, DK, nice and standard Scarfed Darm, Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Earthquake and U-Turn, as one might expect. Nothing really to report there. Then we get into sort of the more bad side of Mario. We've got Blastoise here, Shiny Blastoise, Koopa. Wanted to go with Bowser, but you know, Chestnut pretty much has the Bowser character down, and I didn't want another grass type. I wanted to get some balance in the team, which is quite difficult when you're building a themed team, as I've mentioned before, but I think I managed to get away with it this time. So we've gone with just a regular Koopa for Blastoise. I like this Blastoise set. This is max physical defense with an assault vest. Scald, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin and Counter has some really interesting options for an assault vest set there for Blastoise. Next up we have Mega-Altaria Lakitu. I was torn about Lakitu because it was originally this sort of specially defensive Altaria set. Then I decided, well, maybe I need some more offensive special presence. One of the genies, the incarnate genies, Landorus incarnate or Thunderous incarnate. But in the end, I did decide just to go with Altaria, and there's a good reason why I've gone with this sort of mixed defense spread, because this Mega-Altaria pretty much shuts down the Landorus Therian / Rotom Wash core. Really does a good job of dealing with it. Scarfed Landorus Therian, the jolly one, cannot 2-hit KO this Altaria, which in turn can 2-hit KO with Hyper Voice. Rotom Wash is destroyed by it, because whilst Rotom Wash will be able to take the hits, it can't do anything to a Mega-Altaria at all. Nothing in the slightest will affect it. It can always roost off any Will-O-Wisp damage, so you know, really good solid one with those mixed EVs going in there. And finally we have Boo the Gengar. This is just a sashed set, 3 attacks, Destiny Bonds, everything into speed, everything else into special attack. We've got Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt and the aforementioned Destiny Bond. So, that's the team. Let's get into 1 or 2 battles depending on their time and see how we do. Okay, we have KB Have, to whom we shall say have fun. Interesting to see Torterra all the way up here, but then again also interesting to see Probopass all the way up here. He's got a Clefable, which I'm not a fan of, but I should be able to do serious damage with its evil alter ego Gengar. Gengar puts in a fair amount of work this battle. I would like to suggest the lead is going to be possibly Rock's Infernape, maybe the Sableye. So, that in mind, let's go with Blastoise. If it is the Torterra, I can Ice Beam it. It's the Absol. That in itself is okay, because I'm fully physically defensive and I can scald it and fish for that burn. You know, Blastoise does that. He should know that Altaria is going to be the Mega, because out of the two, Blastoise functions better on its own. There's a reason that it was up in UU and Altaria was way down in NU. Possibly lower. Was it PU before the Mega? I forget. Who can say in this day and age? So, KB Have leading off with the Absol. Presumably actually looking at it, that's the Mega, because Sableye does its thing, you know, on its own. And Latios doesn't need to Mega to be a threat. But it'll be interesting to see what he wants to do. Looking at it, he has not too much to deal with Darmanitan, I would suggest. I'm actually going to put the timer on. He's taking a fair amount of time. We'll cut back when he makes a move. Okay, we have Mega Absol going for the Swords Dance. Going to go for the Scald and not get the burn, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go for a counter this time around. As he goes for the knockoff, gets through the AV, counter's going to take out that Absol, and that is a threat neutralised. We've got a spectator called Sheangs who says, "Oh my god." Yeah, that's right, buddy. We've got the counter Blastoise in the house. So, what comes in now is really the question. Potentially that Clefable, because there's not a lot my Blastoise can do to said Clefable. I wonder really how I'm going to deal with it. There's not a lot it can do to Probopass. Here's the Ape. The Ape is in, Lakitu can deal with it. I mean, close combat is a probable move. Very probable. I kind of want to keep Gengar around, so I'm going to go into Altaria. There's the T-Punch, making the good play, gets the paralysis. Okay, new plan. We go into Probopass. I don't want to Mega just yet, because I do still have that natural cure. There's the T-Punch, that's fine. I'm going to get my rocks up. This looks to be a choiced Infernape. It's not choiced at all, it's Expert Belt. I don't know if it's Expert Belt. I'm just throwing out these incredibly random sort of suggestions of what set it might be. He's gone for the power-up punch. He's probably got the defog on Latios. He could be Expert Belt, he could be Sashed. That's a thing he could be. But he's not choiced, which is good to know. I'll go back into Altaria. Back into Altaria as he goes for another power-up punch, and I'm going to Mega up. And ooh, do I want to Roost? He's got Thunder Punch and Power-Up Punch. He's potentially an Iron Fist set. So maybe Close Combat and Fire Punch? Gonna go for the Hyper Voice. Gonna go for the Hyper Voice as he T-punches. It is resisted. And Hyper Voice doing a decent amount of damage, you know. Now I'm going to try and Roost. Thunder Punch can't take me out. Power Up Punch is 40 base power and I'm a Fairy type, so it's resisted anyway. I think a Close Combat would do me here. To be fair. But he might want to save this Ape. Probably should have roosted earlier on that last turn. But damage on Infernape is always good. It's nice to have that damage there, pretty much. So, what does he want to do? I think he really should just go for a close combat. Or, if he has it, Flare Blitz. But I think he's got Fire Punch. I think he's an Iron Fist Sash set with that. With that. Anyway, he's taking his time. Let's cut back when he makes a move. Finally, right. He makes a move and goes for Thunder Punch at bleeding last. I'm gonna go for another Hyper Voice. He's looking for the weaknesses. Fairy, Ice, Poison, and Steel. Which of those moves does he have? He has it on Clefable. He forfeits. He doesn't have the moves to hit Mega-Altaria. Oh, that is brilliant. I might have to screenshot that. I genuinely might have to. Right. There's probably a lot of breaks in that. There's probably not too much recording time gone, actually. So we'll try and get another game and make it a double. Okay, here we go. Second battle against Jer Alejo 19. Have fun, good sir. Now, there's the Zard, which I was having problems with earlier. He's got a Chansey, which is annoying. Many potential Megas. 5 potential Megas. The only two really I can see. I mean, it's difficult to say. I would imagine the Altaria is his Mega. I would imagine, but I don't know. You know what? Let's just lead off with Scarf Dharm. Just lead off with Scarf Dharm. No reason not to. There is the Zard. Gonna go for the Rock Slide and hope it's either not Mega or X, or Y, I should say. Because Zard X has done me wrong in the past. Or rather, it's just destroyed my team. He switches straight out into Gallade. Good play on his part. That still does a butt ton of damage. Gallade, Gallade, Gallade. What can you do to Blastoise? What's he going to go for, is the question. We're going to go into Blastoise. Nice and physically defensive Blastoise. Close combat. Earthquake. Earthquake, Gallade, fine. No items shown, potentially choiced. Venusaur. Venusaur to come in. Pull a cheeky double into Dharm. Cheeky double into Dharm, I think. Yes, Venusaur. Good stuff. And we Flare Blitz you, because nothing on this team wants to take a Flare Blitz. Not even the Altaria. Not even the Charizard. None of these things want to take this Flare Blitz. Just none of them. It is a Mega Venusaur. That does so much damage. That does an inordinate amount of damage. An almost unnecessary amount of damage. I'm clicking Flare Blitz again. I'm clicking Flare Blitz again. He can go into the Altaria. It's still going to hurt. That's a thick fat Mega Venusaur. Jesus. There's the Gallade. This is dying. That's a dead Gallade. DK, you're too powerful. Scarf Dharm is a beast. It really is. There's nothing else to be said. So, that Venusaur's not looking in too good a shape. Right, what are we going to do here? What's he going to do here? We're going to go into Probo. That is what we're going to do. As he goes into the Venusaur. That is less than ideal. Less than ideal, I tell you. I'll get my rocks up. He goes for the Earthquake, that's fine. You know, that's okay. Gonna make the switch into Blastoise. The risky switch into Blastoise, I should say. He goes for the Earthquake again. Grass move coming my way, do we think? Could go into Breloom. I don't want this thing to recover up on me. I don't. Ice Beam. I have ways for the Altaria. And the Zard. He gigas, I live it because of Assault Vest! Yes! And Ice Beam doesn't do as much as I would like. Okay. Gonna go for the Ice Beam again. He can take me out with the Giga Drain. Nice and mixed Mega Venusaur. He won't get too much back, and I will be allowed to go into my Gengar. Gengar gonna do the damage. He can bring in the Chansey. That is just fine, I guess. But I kind of want to just go for the Sludge Wave in case he wants to stay in with the Venusaur, and I just gotta hope this kills. I wouldn't suggest I needed the Blastoise particularly. Here's the Absol. Sludge Wave is going to do a decent chunk to that. Still nothing has Mega'd, which, you know, is interesting. He's got the Sucker Punch. I can't risk it. I want to keep my sash intact, ideally. Dark Pulse? Really? I could have killed you. Okay, Mega Up, and I guess we go for Hyper Voice. Mega Up and Hyper Voice, as he just is outspared. Interesting. Defensive Absol? You know, it's got workable defense stats, I believe. So, his Venusaur is at a quarter of his health. Chansey, Charizard loses 50% to Rocks. Altaria loses 25%. Chansey, I really only have one way of taking it down, and that is with Breloom. That is my only way of taking down Chansey. With the Breloom. Nothing else wants to deal with it particularly. Here's the Zard. Zard can't do anything to Altaria. If it's Zard X, then Dragon Claw is resisted, and Fire moves are resisted. Sorry, Dragon is immune. If he's Y, then the Fire move is resisted on the special defense side as well. He can't go for Solar Beam because it will do bugger all. He just basically has to go for Air Slash. And I'm specially defensive, so it's fine. We're going to go for a Toxic on that. He's going to try and flinch me with Air Slash. Not happening. You are Toxic now, my friend. And I'm going to try and roost up, because I want to keep Lakitu at a decent amount of health. Lakitu doing a decent job of being a wall to be surmounted by very few. So, what does he go into is the question. He can't really. He has to try and do some damage with the Zard before dying, because, you know, rocks are going to really destroy him. He's not going to enjoy him. He's got to go into Chansey, surely. No, he can't, because unless he's got Defog on the Altaria, oh, it's difficult, I don't know. Anyway, let's cut back when he makes a move, shall we? Yeah, let's do that. Here we go. Air Slash coming in, we can roost up, that is all fine and dandy. Then we're going to go into Mario, the Probopass. We're still looking good with 2 Pokemon not even used. Actually, no, Gengar has been used. Breloom hasn't. But like I say, Breloom is important for the Chansey. So, here comes Probopass, here comes a Fire Blast. Good play on my opponent's part. We still live it because specially defensive Probopass is a monster, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute monster. Now, if he attacks me, he dies to Toxic. If he roosts, I'm going to Earth Power. Yeah, that's okay. He's going to be able to go down to the Toxic, and that is Charizard dealt with. So, he's got a Venusaur, he's got Altaria, and he's got Chansey. I'm going to go into Gengar. It's the Chansey. That's just the one thing I didn't want to see. I can't deal with Chansey. But I need Gengar. Right, let's scout out what kind of move this thing is going to go for. As I say, I need Gengar because Gengar can take on these two, ideally. So I want to keep its sash intact. I don't want Chansey to do any nasties. With, for example, Thunder Wave. Which is also why I don't want to directly switch into Breloom. Because I'd quite like to get that Toxic Orb going. Because if Breloom is Toxic Orbed, then Chansey really doesn't stand a chance. The only issue is it does still have that Eviolite. I don't have knockoff on this team. Which is a rarity in itself, I guess. So here's Mega-Altaria. There's the Wish. Oh, it's going into the Venusaur. Okay, let's think about this. Ooh. It's going into the Venusaur, which is at 27%. Hyper Voice. I don't know. I have to go for Flamethrower. There is Venusaur. Come on, Flamethrower. Do the damage. Yes! Venusaur's gone. That is why I put Flamethrower on it. Originally, I had Cotton Guard on this Altaria when it was fully Spadef. But I really enjoy having that Flamethrower coverage, and it came into effect there very nicely. Here's his own Altaria. I will Hyper Voice until I die here. I do have the jump on him as far as Mega Evolving is concerned. So, you know, I should be able to take one hit, I would hope. I would hope. We'll see what kind of set he is. He just goes straight for Moonblast. But I have the Hyper Voice, and that is far more powerful. Wow, okay, so it's just the Chansey left. It is just the Chansey left. I just need a switch into Breloom. That is all I need, is a switch into Breloom. This could come down to stall in the end. I'm going to drop the Toxic early on. We know that this Chansey has Wish. That's all we know it has. Wish. I'm going to drop the Toxic. He's going to drop his own. Fine by me. I just really want this thing to go down. So I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice. So we know he has Wish and we know he has Toxic. That potentially means he doesn't have Thunder Wave. So what are we thinking? Protect and Seismic Toss? A standard Chansey? Standard .jpeg? But then he doesn't have Heal Bell, in which case I've already won. Let's see. There's the Heal Bell. Okay, Toxic, Wish, Heal Bell. Toxic, Wish, Heal Bell. What's his last move? Is the question. I just want him to make his move so that Lakitu can die and I can bring in Breloom. If this guy tries to stall me out, I will not be happy. Because it looks to me like his last move has surely got to be just Seismic Toss, which means he doesn't beat Gengar. He literally can't. He's really taking his time. What I might do with this guy is just sort of make cuts whenever he does make a move, because it looks like he's going to take his time about things, so we will cut back. Right, go for the Hyper Voice, he goes for the Wish, he is going to try and stall me, which, you know, I am okay with. Hyper Voice. He goes for the Protect, of course. Which, you know, I'm okay with. So he's got Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, and Toxic. so we know he can't beat Gengar. Basically, is what we're thinking here. Wish, Protect, Heal Bell, Toxic, and I can just start clicking unprotected focus punches. I have Toxic Heal. I'm more than okay with this, and you're dead. What a way to end it, eh? Looks like I was really low on this ladder, but then it is the suspect test, and I don't do a lot of OU as it is. So, one end. I thought it was going to be Stawley, but in fact, Toad is too powerful. So, that indeed is going to be it from this video and this episode of Themed Thursday. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. Let's take a look at that team one last time. Mega-Altaria put in the work. Really did. Obviously, DK and well, everyone really. It was only really Boo that didn't do too much, but you know, Mega-Altaria putting in a huge amount of work. I'd like to thank Schady, my man Schady, for suggesting the theme. Thank you very much, sir. As I said at the beginning of the videos, his links will be down in the description. Do go and check those out, I highly recommend it. And if you have any themes that you'd like to suggest for me to use, leave them down in the comments or hit me up on Twitter, either of those. Let me know what kind of themes you want me to use, because remember, you suggest a theme, I'll bring the team. That is how it works. Thanks once again for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Laters.